Oh, there's a little seat. Now I have a little seat.
I come out every morning and I'll go, and they all come up to the surface and I talk them their food.
You're one of the few people that would say, come on, Heron.
We have a bunch of feeder fish in here, just so if a heron stops by, he has a little snack if he wants to.
Aquascape Army arrives. Are you Kim?
I'm Kim.
The pond guy, Greg.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for letting us come out. We got an army of people here to see your pond.
Come on in.
Beautiful house.
Thank you.
I love the neighborhood.
It is beautiful. Thank you.
Hey, Kim. I was going to say, do you have a cup? So I never know what I'm going to see. I knew they built a pond, but I had no idea it was in a lanai. This is fun. A pool and a pond. People always say, why do people want both? Because the pool is a chemical and the pond is biological. Oh, I love the ferns along the edge here. So one of the things that I say when I see a water feature is you don't want to know where the water ends and the land begins. And the fact that you have this entire edge of overhanging ferns here, it really camouflages all of the stone. And you got areas of mystery, some higher plants here, some gravel, some rock. I love the little bridge that's up here. Walk past. And the only thing I would recommend, oh, there's a little seat. Now I have a little seat, so they made this rock seat. There's a reason that you're going to walk across the bridge to come and sit over here. What a beautiful little pond. This entire area is probably 15 feet wide by 20 feet long. And look at this. What else could you put here that would make a bigger impact than this? Pretty cool. So beautiful project by Alyssa and Zach out here at Site Pros. What town are we in?
We're in Windermere.
Windermere. Okay, and so we built this how long ago?
About 2 years ago.
So why don't we let them talk through what they actually designed and built here and created for the homeowner.
Is about a 10 by 8 pond. It was nothing but a paver patio here. We ran into a little bit of troubles. We had an irrigation line running through there that we had to reroute, but this has something called an intake bay. So what happens is as debris falls into here, it kind of collects into here, but we do have a screen enclosure here, so it's going to stay relatively clean. The pump housing is right in here, very hidden, very natural. I believe this is like a 2,000 gallon per hour pump, and all the stuff is kind of tucked away, hidden there by some plants, but that has a auto doser. This pond also has color changing light, and then an ion gen, which puts copper ions into the system to help maintain the pond and kind of keep that string algae away. This pond is about 2 feet deep. They have some beautiful goldfish in there, and then we have a lovely 6 to 8 foot waterfall with a stone bridge, and then we kind of made a little pathway here that leads to another seat so you can sit down, enjoy your pond. And where the waterfall starts, that is a biofall 2500.
I heard that your husband actually built a pond many years ago at your old house.
Yes, our old house in Virginia Beach. It was a small pond. It was probably a quarter of the size.
That was 20 years ago that your husband built a pond?
Close to it. Yeah. I built it in 2006.
How different is this pond that Site Pros built versus the one that your husband originally built?
Well, this is far more beautiful. So much more professional.
So people that don't understand, they've never had a pond, what kind of work is this for you and your husband?
There's really no work other than we just changed the
auto doser. You have an auto doser here that adds bacteria, and your fish are like another kind of pet, aren't they?
They are. I come out every morning and I'll go, and they all come up to the surface and I talk them their food. And
have you fed them yet?
I fed them a little this morning. Want me to feed them again?
Yeah, let's feed them. I'd love to see it. You'll get double food. The pond guy visits, they get out more food. It's Orlando, it's raining, and we don't care. We're about to see a pondless to pond conversion for a really cool nature photographer, or so I hear. Let's check out another beautiful Aquascape ecosystem pond. I'm the pond guy.
Good to meet you.
And you are Eric?
I'm Eric.
Eric, very nice to meet you too. I hear that you're a nature photographer.
I am.
And that these lovely young couple built you a pondless waterfall, and you said, what was I thinking? I need a pond. And less than a year later, you converted it into a pond.
Yes, sir. Exactly how it happened.
I'd love to see it. Can we see it?
Yeah, it's right around back.
So here it is. Here's the pondless waterfall that became a pond.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that when you got Zach and Alyssa to do this, that they kept the waterfall and they just replaced the basin with a pond.
Actually, they extended it and then added in the pond.
So you moved it farther?
Yeah, so you can view it from up here.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the original inspiration, Eric, for this was that you would be able to capture nature photography pictures?
Actually, the initial piece of it was to attract birds.
Okay, like it's either
Right.
all the wildlife stuff. Yeah.
Planting certain plants, that type of thing, but you also have to have water source.
Water's the source of all life, yeah.
That's huge. I was in Huntsville probably a year ago at the Botanical Gardens and saw a pond,
Okay.
waterfalls, and saw the birds playing in it and drinking from it.
Oh,
That's what gave me the inspiration, officially. And so I said, yeah, we got to do it.
And how did you find this young couple?
Just Googled or something. I'm not sure.
Aquascape, actually. You came from
Was it Aquascape?
Okay, so you came through the certified aquascape contractor. So you lived with it for a few months and realized you really wanted the pond.
Yeah, it was a few months, maybe a year. Really realized that wanted more, wanted to spend a yard, attract herons.
So this is why you have feeder fish. You're one of the few people that would say, come on,
Come
herons.
in, yeah.
And then, so you just replace the feeder fish.
I've had a few herons come and inspect the waterfalls, and that's all they did. But so with the pond, I think that they'll be more inviting to the fish.
And the
We'll
cedar
see.
waxwing.
I
What-
caught the cedar waxwings this morning, finally.
Awesome.
Way up high in the tree though.
So this is your therapy. You got,
It is.
Yeah.
It's very therapeutic, very beneficial.
Where do you sit when you get the pictures?
I usually sit here.
Okay.
The hummingbirds love these plants up here. You know, I'll catch them up there. But I'll come down here and just kind of hide, stay, and depends on what I'm looking for.
Okay.
A lot of the birds that come now, they don't come to the feed. They love this area.
Oh, you're a
It's
certified
secluded.
wildlife habitat,
Yes.
which
yes.
water is one of the key elements
One
of
of
that.
it. So it just depends. I had a nice wood duck photo shoot last week.
Cool.
Wood ducks were flying around. So
Well, it is absolutely terrific. I'm glad that you're able to get your therapy with photography, and I do agree with you about the pond. I am, after all, not the pondless guy. I am the pond guy.
I love it. So how did you get started? That's the
Yeah, turtles.
yeah.
I like turtles.
All right, guys. So this is a fully ecosystem pond. Originally, this homeowner had started with a pondless waterfall. So we had something called a spillway bowl up here at the top, and it kind of meandered down this nice little stream. And then right here, we had a basin. It's a disappearing waterfall, but there was a pondless vault down here that held water. And what the client wanted was to pull that up, and we ended up extending it. He wanted a pond, so we made this a little longer, and then we gave him a pond. So now what we did for filtration, we got a biofalls way up there, so it can house beneficial bacteria. But overall, this pond is meant to attract wildlife. He wants birds, he wants animals of prey, he wants things to come in here. We have a bunch of feeder fish in here, just so if a heron stops by, he has a little snack if he wants to. This entire feature was designed to attract wildlife. In this neighborhood, we have deer, we have bears, ducks, a variety of birds. But check this thing out. It's very low maintenance. We have an intake bay over on this side, so all the debris kind of just pushes up against that. And actually, when it's really full, when it floods, that debris kind of just runs off the edge over there and kind of hangs out on those rocks. But yeah, this is a very low maintenance option and kind of gets two birds with one stone.